The cameras are on, the buzzers are ready, and Waynesboro and Central Dauphin are here to prove they've got what it takes. It all begins now on WGAL8 Brainbusters.
From Studio B, this is WGAL8 Brainbusters, celebrating 25 years. Now, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's time now for another thrilling Round 2 showdown here on Brainbusters. Waynesboro and Central Dauphin both showed their brilliance in the opening round, and now they return to test their knowledge once again. Only one team moves forward to Round 3, but both represent excellence in learning and knowledge and power, and these students are ready to prove it. But before we begin, let's take a moment to meet our competitors. First, it's a pleasure to welcome back the team from Waynesboro. First, we have Mrs. Stacy Sawicki. She is the gifted support teacher at the high school and middle school and has been very successful over the years on our show. Next, we have Peter. He's a senior. In between Peter, we have an alternate. This is Will. He is a freshman. Next, we have the captain. He is Kieran, also a senior. Next, between Kieran and Will, we have Zachary. He is a freshman. And finally, we have Will, the third player. He is a junior. Welcome back to the Waynesboro High School Brainbusters team. And now let's say hello once again to the Central Dauphin High School Brainbusters team. First, we have Seamesh, a senior. The captain is Micah. He's a junior. Next to Micah is one of the coaches, Dr. Rebecca Robinson. She is a biology teacher. And next to Dr. Robinson is Miller. He's a senior. And finally, we have the second coach, Miss Elena Pacey. And she teaches 9th and 10th grade English. And I do want to give a shout out to Aiden. Aiden is a sophomore and unable to be here today. Welcome back to the Central Dauphin Brainbusters team. And now that we've met them, here comes today's opening round. Pick up those signaling buttons. Use them frequently, beginning now with this 10-point question. The hit Broadway musical and its 2 film adaptations use the music of a specific Swedish group to tell their story. Who is Will?
ABBA.
ABBA is the 70s supergroup behind Take a Chance on Me and Mamma Mia, and that gets Waynesboro on the board for 10 points. The title comes from the Egyptian for great house. Who were these rulers of ancient Egypt? Peter.
Pharaohs.
The Pharaohs were for another 10 points. The leaders of France, Italy, and Britain met in this city in September 1938 to try to appease Hitler and prevent war. Who was Kieran?
Munich.
It was in Munich where this conference was held, yes. Properly used, it refers to a European hawk. More often, it refers to a North American vulture. What kind of bird is it, Kieran?
Falcon.
Not a falcon, no, sorry. Central Dauphin? Micah.
Eagle.
It's a buzzard, is the correct response. This ghost-like subatomic particle has almost no mass charge or any other property that allows it to interact. Will?
Neutron.
No, sorry, that to interact with any other matter. What is it, Central Dauphin? Micah.
Quark.
It's a neutrino is the correct response. In Chinese philosophy, these complementary principles represent light and dark. Kieran.
The yin and yang.
Yin and yang, light and dark, male and female, active and passive, positive and negative. Good for you. They are random changes in the genes of cells where DNA is damaged. Micah.
Mutations.
Mutations, good for you, and that gets Central Dauphin on the board for 10 points. After he runs away from Mr. Bumble, he meets Bill Sykes, Jack Dawkins, and Fagin. Who is this Dickens orphan? Peter.
Oliver Twist.
Oliver Twist is the correct answer. He discovered the composition of white light by breaking it down with a prism. Who was this 18th century? Will.
Newton.
Isaac Newton was the 18th century English scientist. And now, here comes today's audio question. Buzz in after the tone.
And they are and were the visionaries. They were the innovators.
Kieran.
Kamala Harris.
It was Vice President Kamala Harris. Good for you for 10 points. The U.S. Constitution begins, "We the people." What 1861 Constitution begins, "We the deputies of the sovereign and independent states of South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi"? Kieran.
Articles of the Confederacy.
Okay, we'll take it. Yes, the Constitution of the Confederacy, the Articles of the Confederacy for another 10 points. Yes. It's the science that studies projectiles in motion, especially bullets fired from a gun. What is it, Micah?
Physics?
No, not physics, sorry. Will.
Ballistics?
It's ballistics is the correct answer. On October 7th, 2023, Palestinian militants attacked Israel, killing hundreds of civilians and setting off a war. From what area? Kieran.
Gaza Strip?
They came from the Gaza Strip and where they launched the assault. You're correct. This divine wind once saved Japan from a Mongolian invasion. Peter.
Monsoon?
No, sorry, I'm going to complete the question for Biller.
Typhoon?
No, sorry, during World War II it was the name given to suicide pilots, and it was kamikaze. These parts of speech hook up words and phrases and clauses. Kieran.
Conjunction?
Conjunctions do. And, but, nor, or yet would be examples. In the year 1900, the rapid building of dreadnoughts increased European war power. What is a dreadnought? Micah?
Warship?
A warship or a battleship? Yes, for another 10 points. Their marriage in 1469 united the kingdoms of Castile and Aragon. Kieran?
Isabella and Ferdinand?
And the king and queen of Spain who gave Christopher Columbus the big break was indeed Ferdinand and Isabella. She produced the films Beloved and The Color Purple. Who is this media executive, actress, philanthropist, and influential public figure? Kieran.
Oprah Winfrey?
Oprah Winfrey is the one. Yes, Barbara Bush was the wife of one president and the mother of another. What is the first and last name of the other woman to have both Micah?
George Bush?
No, to have been both a wife and mother of presidents. Peter.
Adams?
I need first and last name. Abigail Adams is the correct response. We won't get to that question or any more questions in that opening round. So the scoreboard right now, it favors Waynesboro 130-20, but it's early on in the game because we have a lot more game coming up, including the one-on-one rapid fire and 60-second team lightning rounds. So don't go away because WGAL8 Brainbusters continues following this.
WGAL8 Brainbusters will return after this. The final 4 teams in the WGAL8 Brainbusters tournament will win cash grants. The 3rd and 4th place teams will receive $1,000 each. The 2nd place team will receive $3,000. And the WGAL8 Brainbusters champions will receive $5,000 in grant money. Now, back to your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello, everybody. We are back here at Studio B on WGAL8 Brainbusters, and the excitement's about to kick up a notch. It's time for our one-on-one rapid fire where every player gets a moment in the spotlight. Peter, welcome back. You did really well in that first round of play. So here's our question for round 2. What do you do for fun outside of school?
I mean, one thing that I really love to do is I like to paint, model miniature World War II tanks. I've been doing it with a bunch of friends for about 1.5 years now. A bunch of just retired veterans, just getting in together in a basement and just painting World War II tanks together.
Do you make the tanks first?
Oh, yeah. Using 3D printers or buying them from companies overseas and just painting them.
What a fascinating hobby. That's so interesting. Thanks for sharing. All right, Seamesh, what about you? What do you do for fun? The books are closed and you're home and you want to have a good time.
Well, one thing I like to do for fun is play video games with my friends. We've been playing this game called BatPap. It's like a free-for-all PvP game. It's been really fun.
I'm not aware, I'm not kind of into video games, but I know I should start embracing it, no doubt about it. Seamesh and Peter, please embrace these 3 questions as we put you 2 one-on-one. A potentially devastating UPS strike was diverted in August 2023 and again in August 2025. The company and the union agreed to a 5-year labor contract. What union represents UPS drivers? Peter?
United Workers?
No, sorry. Seamesh? No idea. The correct answer is the Teamsters. The Teamsters represent them. Here's your next question. William Wordsworth defined it as the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings and emotions recollected in tranquility. He should know. He wrote volumes and volumes of it. What literary form is it? Simish.
Poetry.
It is poetry, yes, okay. Before there were chess-playing computers, Arthur Samuels wrote the first self-teaching program to play this board game and received its master's rating in 1962. What game is also played on a chessboard? Peter?
Checkers.
Checkers is, yes indeed. Okay, we have a score of 140 to 30. Let's now meet our two captains. First, it's a pleasure to welcome back Kieran. Kieran, I know you play a lot of musical instruments, but is that what you would answer that you do? I don't want to tell you what to answer, but I'm guessing.
I mean, it'd be the obvious answer. Been spending a lot of time with my girlfriend. Kind of have to.
Well, give her a shout out. What's her name?
Zoe.
And what musical instruments do you play?
Guitar, bass, tuba, piano, trumpet,
Amazing. Yes.
drums.
Drums.
Also,
We've known you for 4 years, so that's why.
Yeah, I've been getting into the gym a little bit too, and lifting little weights. It feels good.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing. And it feels good. You know your high school year is coming to an end. Micah, what about you? What do you do for fun outside school?
Just like my fellow captain, I like to go to the gym a lot, specifically with some of my friends, and it's just a cool environment, how we all push each other.
Do you lift weights?
Yeah,
And then,
yeah,
oh,
lift
excellent.
weights.
Okay. Well, Micah and Kieran are two very healthy young men and captains. Let's put you two one-on-one. Lagoon Vale Ring Crab. What kind of astronomical objects are these names? Micah?
Stars.
No, not stars, sorry. Kieran?
Meteors.
Nebula is the correct answer. You'll find two objects on the flags of Mauritania.
A moon and a star.
A moon and a star is absolutely correct. And it was Turkey, Pakistan, and Tunisia were the other countries. The Spanish-American War, the 7 Years' War, and the American Revolution were all settled by treaties signed in the same European city. Kieran?
Paris.
It was Paris is the city of treaties. You are correct. The scores are 160 to 30. Now we get to meet our third players in today's competition. Will, it's nice to have you back. What do you do for fun outside of school?
Well, I don't really spend a lot of time at home since I'm mostly at the local pool. I have swim practice every day of the week. It takes up a lot of my time. And then outside that, I've consistently gotten leads in the all-school production. I'm in a lot of clubs. So I don't really have a lot of time at home to myself.
But those are things that you
Yes,
do. I mean,
they are.
swimming is
Yes.
certainly one of the most perfect times to be by
Yes.
yourself. Good thinking when you get in the pool, I'm sure. Thank you for sharing and taking time to be here with us on your very busy schedule. Miller, what about you? Nice to have you here. What do you do for fun outside of school?
I like to speed solve Rubik's Cubes. I've been doing this for about 4 years, and to date, my fastest time is 10.13 seconds.
So I could just give you a cube at any time, and you could just solve it just in
Exactly.
under 12.
Yes.
Listen, under a minute, doing it at all. So fantastic. Miller and Will, two great young men. Let's put you two one-on-one. Senator Edmund Ross of Kansas is credited with casting the vote that acquitted this man in his trial before the Senate. Who was this president the first? Will.
Andrew Johnson?
Andrew Johnson was the first to be impeached. Yes, we hear Schiller's Ode to Joy in the final movement of his Ninth Symphony. But Miller, Beethoven, of course, but he could not hear it, and the deaf musician was Ludwig van Beethoven. Finally, its state bird is the cactus wren. Its official fossil is petrified wood. It was the last of the continental United States to enter the Union. Which state is it? Will.
Utah?
No, not Utah, sorry. Miller.
Hawaii.
Arizona. It was the last of the continental states to enter the Union. 170 to 40. It's now time to pick up the pace because here comes today's lightning round. Okay, so Micah, your team is behind at this point. You have your work cut out for you, but you can do it with one of these three quizzes. We have too many cats, double, and green stuff.
What do you think? Too many cats? Too many cats.
Too many cats. If you're not a cat lover, you may think there are far too many cats in this quiz. One in every answer. So for 10 points each, try to catch these cats. Words that begin with the word cat. Mike, I take your answer as the team's answer. Seamish and Miller are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. Good luck, and here we go. This fish has long feelers that look like whiskers.
Catfish.
Correct. Cats love this aromatic minty plant.
Catnip.
Catnip is correct. Anne Hathaway played this feline felon in The Dark Knight Rises.
Catwoman.
Catwoman, yes, a device for throwing stones and spears.
Catapult.
Catapult, yes, it's a substance that either speeds up or slows down a chemical reaction.
Catalyst.
Catalyst, yes, a list of items for sale sent in the mail with photos.
Catalog.
A catalog, yes, a great and sudden calamity or disaster.
Catastrophe.
Catastrophe, a subterranean burial place. There are miles of them under Alexandria,
Catacombs.
Egypt. Catacombs, yes, a mountain range in New York State west of the Hudson River. Catskills, a sailboat with two parallel hulls used.
Catamaran.
That is correct. The capital of Nepal.
Qatar.
Kathmandu, it's a manual of religious doctrine, often in the question and answer form. It's a catechism, a class or division in a scheme of classification.
Category.
A category, yes, the area of Spain borders France and Mediterranean Sea.
Catalonia.
That is correct. During a fashion show, models walk down this.
Catwalk.
Catwalk, yes, computerized axial tomography. It combines X-ray data.
Scan.
A CAT scan, that was on the buzzer. It's 13 correct, 130 points for you. Good for you, well done, excellent teamwork. You were right attentive to everything I said. Kieran, Peter, Will, you have your work cut out for you with double and green stuff.
We're going to go double.
Double. If these answers sound like you're repeating yourself, you are. For 10 points each, identify these people, places, and things with double names. Kieran, I take your answers. The team's answer. Peter and Will are ready to help you along. We're putting 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. Good luck, and here we go. These letters can precede Bean and Cool J.
LL.
LL is correct. In basketball, it's 10 or more points plus 10 or more rebounds.
Double.
Correct. Mr. Binks in the Phantom Menace.
Skip.
Jar Jar. Year in which the Treaty of Versailles ended World War I.
1919.
Correct. You won't need glasses if you have this kind of vision.
2020.
2020, yes, a small metal pellet used in air rifles.
BB.
Correct. Year in which Franz Schubert composed his 6th Symphony.
1818.
Correct. A small cut or bruise, Yogi Bear's little buddy.
Boo Boo.
Boo Boo is correct. This anti-art movement flourished after World War I. Dada is correct. Average, run-of-the-mill, fair.
So-so.
So-so is correct. Year in which Louis XV granted a charter to Louisiana.
1717.
That is correct. In human beings, this chromosome pair produces a female.
XX.
XX is correct. Year in which the Catholic Church arrested Galileo to keep him from teaching.
1616.
You are correct. Herzé's Belgian teenager reporter in comic books since the 1930s.
Skip.
That was Tintin. In the southeastern United States, it's a tree, and we were going for Paw Paw. So we had 12 correct, 120 points came your way, 290 to 170. It's now time to reveal today's bonus Brainbuster category. Teams, we're going to see what you know and what you're able to wager based on your knowledge of modern slang. That's a great category. So we'll have the bonus Brainbuster and, of course, the all-important Final Frenzy when WGAL8 continues following these very important messages.
Watch all this season's episodes of WGAL8 Brainbusters anytime on WGAL.com. Our online home also includes our tournament schedule and a chance to learn more about the show and host Rich Rosen. Scan the QR code with your phone or go to WGAL.com and click on Brainbusters.
Well, hi, everybody. We are back, and the stakes are high. Let's get right to it because here comes today's bonus Brainbuster. Our teams just wagered 0 to 25 points based on their knowledge of modern slang. Let's head into the News 8 newsroom with Christine Ferrara. She has today's question. Christine.
Thanks, Rich. Now here's your bonus Brainbuster. Which gibberish slang term, popularized by an animated YouTube series and recently added to the Cambridge Dictionary, is used online to mean cool, bad, or simply as a nonsensical joke word? Again, which gibberish slang term, popularized by an animated YouTube series and recently added to the Cambridge Dictionary, is used online to mean cool, bad, or simply as a nonsensical joke word? Good luck with your answer. Now back to Studio B. Rich?
Christine Ferrara, thank you very much. We appreciate it. All right, now, both teams ready? Okay, I'll just wait till he closes his pen. Okay, fantastic. Christine Ferreira. I want to make sure I get it right. Christine Ferreira was the reader. Thank you very much. This is the first time she's been on Brain Busters. Kieran, it's up to you to show us first, if you can show us. Skibbity. You are correct. 25 points, the strangest but catchiest additions to the dictionary this year. Micah, did you come up with skibbity? Poggers, no, sorry. So we're going to have to deduct 25 points from your score. Believe it or not, it may sound silly, but skibbity is officially in the dictionary. Well, Waynesboro, that gave you a big lead. Let's see what happens as we head into today's final frenzy. We have 20-point questions, and here we go. In 2009, it was inducted into the Toy Hall of Fame. What is this still popular handheld video game device introduced by Nintendo? Kieran?
Game Boy.
The Game Boy with Tetris and Super Mario Land is still installed. It's still popular. In 1958, he led the first overland trek to the South Pole since 1912. In 1953, he led the first expedition to reach the top of Mount Everest. Who was this explorer?
Cook.
Peter.
Cook?
Nope, sorry. The answer is Sir Edmund Hillary. The movie The Lion King is set on this great African plain in northern Tanzania, bordering Kenya and Lake Victoria. What is it? Kieran?
Zambezi Plain.
No, sorry. Micah?
Sahara?
It's called the Serengeti. The unlimited plains of the Serengeti, a beautiful place. In its own language, this country calls itself Suomi. What Scandinavian country is it, Kieran?
Finland.
It is Finland. Of course, in the Finnish language, Suomi is Finland. An astronomer once called them the vermin of the skies. There are between 700,000 and 1.7 million of them orbiting the sun in a belt between Mars and Jupiter. Micah?
Asteroid?
Asteroids is correct. Coleridge and Wordsworth collaborated on this famous collection of poems. Miller.
Lyrical ballad.
You are correct. Good for you. Sometimes division, especially with decimals, can seem more difficult than it is. For example, divide 75 hundredths by 25 thousandths. And what's the answer? Kieran.
30.
You are correct. Wow. She was in her 70s when she began painting seriously. When she died in 1961, she was the most famous primitive painter in America. By what name was she known? Kieran?
Georgia O'Keeffe.
No, oh no, sorry. Micah?
Frida Kahlo?
Grandma Moses is the correct answer. Both good guesses, though. In the 15th century, artists like Donatello, Uccello, and Fra Angelico lived in the shadow of Brunelleschi's great cathedral dome. In what city, Micah?
Rome?
Nope, sorry. Kieran?
Florence.
Florence, Firenze, yes, a must-see. If you can believe that twin brothers can have servants who also are twins, and that after being separated for 18 years, they all end up in the same city, and that even the servants and masters can't tell each other apart, you'll enjoy this comedy by William Shakespeare. What is it? Kieran?
The Tempest.
Nope, sorry. Micah?
Othello?
It's a comedy of airs. And that sound took us to the end of the round. And oh, we can still go, good. Tikal was once the largest and greatest Mayan city. It's now a glorious jungle ruin. In what Central American country is it? Kieran?
Guatemala.
Guatemala is correct. It was the name Romans gave to Hun, Goth, Vandal, and
Barbarians.
Peter. Barbarians is absolutely correct. That's the sound that takes us to the end of the round. A very, very strong performance for Waynesboro. They had an early lead and they would not let go. So we're going to see them in round 3, but we hope to have the pleasure of your company in just a few short moments.
Welcome back to WGAL8 Brainbusters, the Susquehanna Valley's longest-running high school quiz show, celebrating 25 years. Once again, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, everybody, welcome back. What a showdown. Waynesboro really came off strong, and they held on to that lead, and they would not let go. So they are going to move forward. Thank you so much to Central Dauphin. They showed grit in class. Well played. Now, next game, we're welcoming back Cedar Crest and Cocalico. Both of these teams did very well in round 1. So please, come back for another match. Don't miss it. I'm Rich Rosen. And always remember, the strongest athletes train their bodies. The smartest leaders train their minds. Be both. See you next time. So long.